In the world of the NFL, every snap, every catch, and every decision, on and off the field, can change a career forever. And for Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice, that moment came on a Dallas highway. Today, we dive deep into Rice's road from a felony hit-and-run conviction to a promise of redemption, and what it all means for the Chiefs, the fans, and the future of this rising NFL star. Before we jump in, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell so you never miss a story from around the league. Share this video and drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear what you think about Rice, his future, and second chances in the NFL. It's August 2025. The Kansas City Chiefs, fresh off another deep playoff run, are gearing up for the new season. Training camp is alive with the sound of pads popping and coaches barking instructions. And right in the middle of it all stands Rashee Rice, a young man who, by his own admission, is completely changed. At just 24 years old, Rice should be entering the prime of his career. But instead of only worrying about playbooks and coverages, he finds himself caught in a different fight. A fight to rebuild trust, to stay on the field, and to prove that mistakes don't have to define a man forever. In front of the media, Rice didn't dodge responsibility. He spoke about a lot of sleepless nights, thinking about what happened, about the people hurt in that crash, and about how quickly everything can fall apart. "I completely changed," Rice said. "You have to learn from things like that. So I've learned, and I've taken advantage of being able to learn from something like that." And in that moment, you could see a young man trying to step beyond headlines and become something more, a leader, or at least someone who truly understands the weight of his actions. On the field, the Chiefs desperately hope Rice's words match his future. His 2024 season was already cut short after just 4 games due to a knee injury. In those games, he still managed 24 catches, 288 yards, and 2 touchdowns, a glimpse of what he can be when healthy. For the Chiefs' offense, Rice's growth matters. Mahomes and head coach Andy Reid built a dynasty by turning talented receivers into stars. Rice's combination of size, speed, and route running makes him the perfect fit to keep that offense rolling. But potential can only take you so far, and the NFL waits for no one. Every season, the league is filled with comeback stories, redemption arcs, and second chances. But there are also cautionary tales, stories of what happens when talent collides with poor choices. For Rice, the biggest lesson was about value. Just how valuable any opportunity is and any moment is, he said. This right here, us being able to be on the field and be able to be coached by Coach Reid and have such a great quarterback, it's honestly a gift. It's a blessing. And it's true. For millions of fans watching on Sundays, it's easy to forget that these young men carry not only the weight of expectation, but also the very real consequences of every decision they make. So what happens next? That's the million-dollar question. Will the NFL suspend Rice? History suggests it's possible, even likely. The league has handed out suspensions before in similar cases, especially when felony charges and injuries are involved. If Rice does miss time, can the Chiefs' receiving core pick up the slack? Will Mahomes lean more on Travis Kelce or another young receiver? And what does it mean for a team still chasing more Super Bowls? These are questions that will hang over training camp, the locker room, and the first weeks of the season. But beyond football, there's something more important. 2 people ended up in the hospital. Families were shaken, and Rice himself has to live with that forever. In today's NFL, players aren't just athletes. They're public figures, role models, and symbols, for better or worse. Rice knows that now. And as he steps onto the practice field each day, the real test isn't just about catching touchdowns. It's about proving that regret can turn into responsibility, and that a moment of poor judgment doesn't have to define an entire career. For Kansas City fans, there's hope that Rice's words ring true, that he really is completely changed, and that he can still become the star they dreamed of when he was drafted out of SMU. Because in football and in life, the road to redemption is never easy, but it's always worth walking. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories from around the NFL. Drop a comment below. Should Rice get a second chance? How do you see this playing out for the Chiefs? And what would you do if you were in his shoes? Share this video with your friends and keep it locked right here for more NFL news, analysis, and stories that go beyond the scoreboard. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.